some scenes, special scenes like 24, 48, and 60.
Goldie Hawn, but because I play a lot of characters that aren't particularly intelligent, I have a very special place in my heart for Betty White and her ability to fully embrace that, because it requires.
Comedy Star of the Year award, Anna Faris.
Hi. Thank you. Cute. I gotta say, I think it weighs about 20 pounds. Thank you so much.
Can you talk about working on The Dictator?
Yeah, when I got that role, I was really excited, of course, because I was a huge fan of Bruno and Borat, and really excited to work with him. And I heard that his style was very different, of course, than sort of traditional filming, and it sure was. There was.
Jeremy Renner.
There it is.
How are we doing?
So can you talk about starring in the Bourne franchise and taking that on?
Taking it on. I suppose it's like taking on any job, really. It's easy to say yes to. Fantastic script, fantastic character, an amazing director. What's not to love, right? Could have been a little independent. I happen to be a big fan of the series, and all that really kind of gave me the insight to just sort of.
Roles such as Bourne Legacy and like The Town, more serious roles, or are you interested in doing anything other than that?
Something other than serious?
Yeah, more like drama.
Like a romantic comedy or something? That's probably not happening anytime in the near future. But I think I got very lucky in finding or stumbling across the opportunity like The Hurt Locker. That's something I felt kind of born to do as an actor. That's just something that I respond to as an actor.
Feels like 4:30.
4:30 in the morning.
Come take some pictures with us.
What up, man?
Talk about your experience mentoring the students project.
Well, I was invited to come out here to be a part of mentoring 8 filmmakers, soon to be.
We have the female star of tomorrow, Chloe Grace Smart.
Thank you.
Can you talk about working with Tim Burton?
Yeah, working with Tim was one of the most amazing things I've ever done. He's always been probably, along with Martin Scorsese, my favorite director of all time. So to be able to hear that he wanted me to be in one of his movies, it was probably the biggest honor of my whole career. And yeah, he's the sweetest guy and one of the most amazing directors I've ever worked with. He's very hands-on, and he really listens to what the actor wants, and he really wants you to be the most comfortable you can to be able to perform perfectly in the scene.
Do you find it difficult to star in a movie that's based on a TV show? Do any research for it?
Yeah, I did a lot of research actually. Of course, coming into a movie like with Hugo, they give you a big tablet of like what all of George Martin. No one, I'm 15.
All right, next up we have the Breakthrough Performer of the Year, Josh Hutcherson.
This is the guy from Hunger Games. There he is.
Guys. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I have a very special place in my heart for Gary Ross. I think that he brought so much to the movie and thankfully kind of paved the way for the next director to come in. I was sad to see him go, of course, and he was very sad to go himself. But I've heard nothing but awesome things about people that have worked with Francis, and he's obviously a very talented director, so I think he's going to bring a lot to the movie.
Is there a particular scene that catches your fire before you film?
I think the scene when we first break out of the arena, I think that'd be really cool, where we get to just sort of bust out of there. I think it's gonna be really cool. I'm curious to see how they're going to do it too, technically and stuff.
How How have you been adjusting to the spotlight? It's going well?
It's bright. No, it hasn't really been that different for me. I mean, yeah, I get recognized a little bit more, but like my day-to-day life, I just kind of do the same thing, which I'm very grateful for, and I wasn't exactly expecting it to be that easy. But so far, the response has been pretty low-key, which I'm very excited about.
Have things changed a lot as far as like, grocery shopping a little harder, or you gotta...
Not really. I mean, the good thing is I'm pretty quick in the grocery. I just stop by the frozen section, get some frozen dinners, and I'm out of there. So it's pretty easy. But no, it's honestly it's been very, very smooth transition. My first movie I ever did was.
We have the recipient of the Award of Excellence in Filmmaking, Judd Apatow.
Yeah, come on! You're allowed to enjoy yourselves. Yes, you.
I want to know your childhood, your upbringing.
My upbringing.
Long Island.
Long Island, yeah, Strong Island.
Influenced you.
It did. It did, I guess. Long Island was a great place to grow up. UA Cinema 150 is where I used to go. And
The Squire.
enough damage happened there to make me a comedy writer, though. I can't say it was all good, because if it was, I'd make dramas.
Jeff,
Yes?
was it difficult to direct your family, your wife and children in your movies?
It's not. It's the only space where they listen to me.
All right, next up, we have the recipient of the Cinema Icon Award, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Here she is.
Thank you.
Michelle, how close is this Dark Shadows to the TV series that's
Not terribly. Yeah, so I think for those real die-hard fans of the original Dark Shadows series, I don't know, they might be a little disappointed, but hopefully it's so hugely entertaining, this movie, and if you just go along for the ride, it's a pretty good time.
you do the series?
I did.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with the series. And apparently so was Tim and Johnny Depp. Lucky for me. And it's funny, I was driving in the car with my husband one day, and we were talking about how interesting it was that they were reviving all of these old television series and making films out of them. And I said, somebody should do Dark Shadows. And he looked at me like, huh? And a few months later, I read in the trades that Tim Burton was doing it with Johnny. And at that time, I happened to be working with a mutual friend of mine and Tim's. And she kept kind of egging me on, call him. No, I don't want to call him. It'd be too awkward. And so I did. I finally did. And he was incredibly gracious. I felt like a stalker. And I just, said, putting it out there. I hadn't read a script. I don't know if there's anything right for me. I'm obsessed with the show. Forgive me for calling. And long time went by, at least a year. And he called. And love Al.
She was great in Scarface.
The Scarface was tough. That was tough. I was young. I was, a kid. And I didn't know anything.
She was great in Scarface.
All right, next up, we have the Female Star of the Year, Jennifer Garner.
The human experience, living in the now. It has a lot of big themes for a little intimate story.
Any milestones right now?
Oh, I'm not going to talk about that. Thank you.
First, after I ask you to get a picture of that.
Of course.
Is
Yes,
there a
ma'am.
director you know that you might like to work with someday?
Oh, were you trying to ask if I'm going to work with Ben?
I asked if you'd like to.
Well, he's a pretty enormously talented director. He is. And he's easy on the eyes, which is always good when you're working with someone all day. But right now, we need to be partners in a different way, so that, if it ever happens, is pretty far off in the future. But I would be so lucky. Could I be as lucky to work with a director like him?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Oh, yes,